Welcome everyone to my YouTube channel. I am Lisa Fulford, your creative coach, and today we're going to make a fun fold card featuring the Peaceful Prints 12 by 12 Designer Series paper that is on page 8 of the Sale-A-Bration catalog. So in here, we'll turn to page 8. So we're going to feature this paper, and the paper that is in that pack. These are the different prints. You can see it there, but here's the side A and side B. Side A and side B. A and B. I really like that. And the birch, this is A and B. A and B. And you get 2 sheets of each of the prints. And during celebration, you can choose a free product with every $50 or $100 that you spend. That's before tax and shipping. And then the sentiment that we're going to use is from Tidings and Trims. It's a photopolymer set, and it's on page 89 of the annual catalog. And this stamp set can also be bundled with the coordinating dies for 10% savings, which would make the bundle $40.50. And if you added on a pack of paper for $8.75 and a classic stamping pad for $7.50, your order would be $56.75 before tax and shipping, and that would be enough to earn you the Peaceful Prints paper out of the celebration brochure. And the celebration goes from August 3rd to September 30th, 2021. And there are 3 items that are while supplies last, and they are the summer shadow dies, the sheep dies, and then the bedazzling 6x6 specialty paper that's on page 3. Those are why supplies last. The rest of it should be able to go clear up till September the 30th. Just wanted to give that information. And so, yeah, if you would purchase the bundle, a pack of paper, and then an ink pad, that would get you enough for the to be able to earn that celebration. And if you shop with me, Creative Coach Lisa, and you earn a celebration product, you also receive a small thank you gift from me to show my appreciation for your order. There will be a link below this video with for you to shop with me. But remember, at checkout, make sure that you allow Stampin' Up to share your information with me as your demonstrator, or I won't know where to send your free gift from me too. So if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I think it'll probably be back in the corner. And then drop me a line in the comment section below the video. I would love to hear from all of you. So let's get started. Today's card is a unique card because I'm in a special swap, and it is called Green with Envy. And so everything on the card has to be green except for the sentiment. You can use white for the sentiment. So we'll get started on what our pieces are and what the dimensions are, and then we'll put the card together. So it's kind of a unique card of trying to work it together to only use green, but I think I did a pretty good job of coming up with the card for today. So the cardstock that we're going to use is the garden green. And my first piece of cardstock is, pardon me, is 5.5 by 8.5. And then it's scored at 2 1/8 and at 4 1/4 on the 8.5 side. And then there's another piece of cardstock, and it's the garden green, and it is 1.5 by 8.5, and it's also scored at the 2 1/8 and at 4 1/4. And then we have another piece of the garden green cardstock, and it is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. And then the DSP from the Sale-A-Bration DSP. Let's see here. I'm using two different patterns, well, three different patterns actually. So the first pattern I'm going to do, it's 5 1/8 by 1 7/8. And we're using the snowflake side. And then the next one is 5 1/8 by 1 5/8. And then pattern number 2, I need 2 of these. We're going to use the polka dot side, or the snow, I believe it is, side. And it is 1 3/8 by 2 inches. And there's 2 of those. And then 1 3/8 by 4 1/8. And instead of doing cardstock for this piece, I decided to do DSP for this also. And that piece is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And we're using the side with the trees. And then I brought in this, I don't know if I'll use the vellum or not, but it's a vellum circle. And then this is the one piece that does not have to be green, but I'm gonna stamp with green ink. And this is from the Stitch So Sweetly, and it's the die cut from that. The ink that we're going to use is Evening Evergreen. And so we will get started. So first off, we'll set these pieces over here. We're going to take our cardstock and we'll fold it in half, 8.5, or 4 1/4, sorry. And we'll burnish that. Then we'll fold back on the other score line and burnish. The reason why I'm using the Evening Evergreen, it's a darker green, so it will show up on this here garden green, because I can't use a white insert. So I'm just trying to do the workaround. And then we're going to take this piece that's cut or scored the same as the card base, and we're going to turn it the opposite way and fold in half here. And then fold back like this. It's going to be turned over, so it's going to go the opposite direction of the card base itself. And then we will start adding our pieces. So we're going to add the larger of these two, and this one here is the 1 7/8 by 5 1/8. I'm going to add a little bit of my Stampin' Seal. Oops. Add that to right here. I'm just trying to make it as even as I can around. In ideal, I would probably like put a little bit of a border behind this so that it makes it pop out a little bit. But being the challenge is to only use greens, green with envy. So I'm gonna add this add Stampin' Seal to the back of this piece. And I'm going to layer that in here. Trying to line it up the best I can there. So there we have that. So then I'm going to take this piece of Designer Series paper and add it to this layering. And I try to like lay it down and look at the top, the side, and this, and it should make a pretty good layering all the way around, make it even. I'll set that off to the side there. Now then we'll bring this piece in. Remember the largest end is over here, the 4 1/4. And we're going to bring these pieces in and add to our cardstock. I really like this paper. I love this with the trees. That's the reason why I used a bigger piece for it. I like the little buffalo check on that. I like all of this paper. The reindeer sheet that's in here, it coordinates with the reindeer die or reindeer punch in the new catalog for the July to December, which is really August to December because they had to push it back a month. But there's a punch in there that you can get a stamp set and punch bundled, or you can just order the punch and it punches out the little reindeer that's in the paper. Add that right there. Okay. And so now then we can add that to our card base here. And so I'm going to adhere it to about like this. So I'm going to put a little bit of Stampin' Seal there, just a little bit, but I want it to hold. And so I'm going to line up this edge with the edge of the card base, press, and then basically I just need to put a little bit of Stampin' Seal right here. Workstation, or it's going to be sticky. Okay, so I'm just going to close this up. Press that down there. So it makes our card. So it opens, shuts. Okay. So now we'll do our stamping. My evening evergreen. And then bring in the sentiments. Let's see. May your days be merry and bright. It's the most wonderful time of the year. And I believe this little star. So it's the most wonderful time of the year. Bring in my piercing mat so I get a good image. So ink this up with the evening evergreen. Try to line it up and not get my head in the camera. It might be a little crooked, but I think it'll work. And then close this up and see, you can see this, but we're going to fix that. We're going to add this to here. And so I'm going to add seal to the bottom. Kind of throwing me off here a little bit. Okay, think like that. So now you can't see the words behind there, but when you open it up, there you go. Okay, we're not finished yet. We're going to bring in our die cut, and we're going to stamp, "May your days be merry and bright." And then we have this little star. So I'm going to put my star here. And then I'm going to put the star over here. Now it's easier to split the difference in between to line them up a little bit easier. If I did it over here and stamp the next one, it would be off-centered on the other end. So I think I did a pretty good job there. So now then, I'm going to take some dimensionals and add them to the back. Move the backings. Now that I need to decide, I want to put the vellum circle behind it. If I want to stay with the vellum, do I not? I think I'm going to try it with the vellum. So I'm going to take some Stampin' Seal. I'm only going to put it right here. Whoop. In the center. Right there. And then add my sentiment. Right there. And that is our card. It's pretty quick, pretty easy. And for it to be a challenge of only using green, and the only color or other color that you can use is with the sentiment, I don't think I did too bad of a job. So may your days be merry and bright. It's the most wonderful time of the year. So this is what it looks like with the vellum circle. And this is one that I did and just put the die cut on there without the circle behind it. I think it gives a little bit more interest with the vellum behind it. No ribbon, no anything else, just the green, the garden green cardstock and the DSP from the Sale-A-Bration, and then our die cut with the evergreen ink. I want to thank you for joining me with your creative coach, Lisa, for this fun fold card and this Green with Envy challenge. Have a good evening. Thank you.